Hello board viewers of YouTube, I'm Tyler the Pro Gamer, and I'm joined with Marvland or Nick, and this is Bulltalk.
My name is Hopkins. Jimmy Hopkins.
Today, we're going to be talking about how Bully, in our opinion, we're not trying to convince you or anything. This is just our personal opinion of why we think Bully is better than GTA.
Yeah, so if you enjoy this video, make sure you smack the like button, subscribe if you haven't already to this channel. Make sure you go subscribe to our personal channels as well.
They'll be in the description of this, and vice versa if you're seeing this on our channels.
Yeah. But, do you want to go first?
Sure, why not? For me, one of the things that I find very interesting about Bully that GTA doesn't really seem to have is, how every character in the game has their own personality, and it's very thought out and detailed as well. Anyone in the game, you just feel like they're real. The conversations they have, the way they act, all this stuff, it's like they're real people, you know?
Yeah, the people in this game just feel very, very personal, and they don't feel like in GTA where they're just these simple AI that don't even have anything to do except for walk around doing nothing. They actually have a reasoning for them being there.
Right. They don't even have to be a part of the game to still be important in some way or another.
Yeah. But see, that's something that I hope that that Red Dead Redemption 2 has. We'll talk about this in a different video on why we think that, or what we're thinking is going to happen to Bully when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. But that's one thing that I hope is going to happen, is that the characters actually feel alive. They don't feel like they're just some weird thing being there just to be there, and they're more of actual living characters that you can go and talk to at any time.
Right. In this game, you can go up and talk to people, you can taunt them, you can bully them, give them wedgies, pinch butts, whatever. All that fun stuff. But in games like GTA, you can't really do that, can you? I don't even think you can talk to them in the games. You just kind of walk up to them and they'll say things. But
yeah, you can talk to them, but you can't control what you want to say. So you can't control, oh, I want to be a complete jerk to this guy, or oh, I want to be nice to this guy, or oh, I want to taunt this guy in total.
Right. And while the things like that in Bully might not make too much sense, say you say hi to Algie, and then he says something like, "Wanna play Grottos and Gremlins?" You can't reply with yes or no, but it's still cool that you can talk to these characters and everything. I don't know, just that's more of the personality coming back. Algie's personality is being a geeky little nerd that plays card games with his friends, and he's asking you, his possible friend, if you want to as well, you know?
Yeah, but one thing about the characters, about them actually feeling alive, well, yes, you can't say, oh yeah, I want to go play Grottos or Gremlins. I hope in the next game that you really could. You could, if you want to go and play whatever with them, if you want to go and just do whatever you want, that would be cool, like you would be able to do in real life. But in this game, you can still also play things like football with them. You can play frisbee with them. You can just do all sorts of things in this game that you can't do in GTA.
Yeah, you can't really interact with the AI. They're just kind of there to either walk around, say random things, or die, you know? They don't have...
Yeah.
Most of them don't have any sort of purpose. But in this game, they all are individual people with individual personalities that kind of just give you that feeling of actually being in the game.
Yeah, and that's what I really like about this game and why I personally think that it is better than, which we'll talk about this later on in the video, but why I think it's not only the best Rockstar game, but in all, just the best simulation game ever.
What do you mean by simulation game exactly?
Because this game is like a simulation of school, and not every game can make you feel like this game does, you know?
Well, man, you're sounding a little like Jack Thompson there. Oh my God, Columbine Simulator. But that's not the only thing that makes Bully better than GTA. We also have to talk about the map, and while the map of Bully is a lot smaller compared to GTA, there's a lot more you can do. Like, just looking at it, you see that shirt, that's a clothes shop, you see the shopping cart, you can go there, buy paint, spray it in someone's eyes, you know, have fun with it. Trophies are like races and stuff, you can do those, go-karts and bikes, I find that pretty cool. And like, just out in the world, free roam, you can find islands, and if you can see it right there, there's like a pirate ship. I've never seen that in a GTA game before, so that's something.
Yeah, and again, I didn't mean to start sounding like Jack Thompson. Oh, this game is a simulation of bullying people. This game is a what is it? Columbine Simulator? No, like, it's still, in my opinion, is one of the best games, if not the best game, in my opinion, in the whole entire PlayStation 2 era.
Oh, it definitely was. There were a lot of good PS2 games, but I didn't enjoy any PS2 game more than I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, even GTA San Andreas, which is considered as one of the best games ever, like, I still have more fun playing this game than I do with San Andreas. And I could have bought GTA San Andreas, but as a game that I saw before as a kid, and I saw this, I was like, oh wait, I never even really noticed it. I never even really noticed this game was here, and I even got the money to even buy GTA San Andreas, but instead of me buying that, I bought this game, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, good decision right there. This game's definitely worth the money. Like, whether it's the side missions or the story, the characters, any of that, it's just good fun all around.
Alright, so I just knocked out Sheldon.
Nice.
But that came out of nowhere. Yeah, I just really think that was one of the best decisions I made, because if not, I would have never been introduced to this game, and I would have never found YouTubers like Swegta or you or other YouTubers for that example.
Yeah, same. This game, it's had an impact on my life ever since I was a little kid. I've loved this game since I was about 8 years old, from the first time I played it, and it's carried on about double that amount of time. I'm 16 now, and I still love this game, and I can't wait to see the sequel.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in different...
Probably episode 2, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. But now that we're done talking about the characters, for example, let's talk about the map and what we can do within the map.
Oh, you mean like going to places like Billy Crane's Traveling Carnival and being able to actually ride like 5 different rides or something? And actually playing carnival games and stuff? That's really detailed.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't even want to look at that like kind of thing of, because a lot of people when they play this game they don't even look at the things and the activities you can do in the world, but activities will be for another little thing. But I like how the direction of this game is. It has a small world, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad one, because it's such a small area, but it feels so big in a way, you know?
Yeah, and there's no limitations to what you can and can't do, you know?
Yeah.
And
but
go ahead.
But again, things like the carnival and stuff, I love just going out in the world skateboarding and just trying to do different little things on the skateboard, going to the carnival, having fun there. One thing that I wish you could do in this game though is at least invite some of your friends to the carnival.
Yeah, I wish, and I think this is like most Bully fans, I wish that there was a like a 2-player mode on this, but
yeah.
I guess that wasn't really a thing they could do back in the PS2 era, huh?
I mean, there was multiplayer games on PS2, but not
very few, and it was very limited.
Open world. It was more of stuff like older Call of Duties and all that.
And
I'm thinking we can cut this little blank part out.
okay.
Because at the carnival, you go to the carnival and you have different things like you have things like the souvenir shop, you have the strike out game, you have the big quid or whatever, big squid. Yeah, big squid. I didn't even see the S. Big Canyon Railroad thing. There's so many things you can do here that people wouldn't even normally remember you can even do. You even have shooting range stuff. You have all these fun little mini games for you to do.
And something else they kind of put into the carnival that unfortunately you can only see once, and it's unfortunate because as a kid I always wanted to go in there like a bunch of times. But the fun house in the side mission, it's really cool. Like the way they set it up, it actually kind of feels like something you'd see at a carnival that one of those carnivals that cares, not one of the ones that's like, here, go through this little fun house, wow, squigglies, woo, you know? It's how things were back in the day when people cared.
Yeah, I really like the attention to detail they put in this little small mission that we wouldn't even be able to go on out of that mission.
Yeah. And again, while I'd like to see that more than just the one side mission, I can see why they didn't do it. Like, PS2 had limitations back then, and if that was a permanent thing you could go into, it would probably lag the entire game.
As you say, lag the entire game, I was going to play a little mini game in my game lag.
Oh, nice.
See, like, the amount of lag there is already, and the amount of things they even fit in this game, which was, again, a PS2 game, that things like GTA 4 and 5 didn't even have.
Right. Like, things from PS3 that didn't do as much as this game from PS2. It's kind of crazy.
I know.
Even more crazy that people, like, don't give this game the credit that it obviously deserves.
Yeah.
Another thing I'd like to
I
talk
don't-
about, and it's kind of a small little thing, but like combat. In this game, you can do all sorts of like combos and fighting styles and stuff that you learn from the hobo. But in GTA, I'm gonna use GTA 4 as a good example. You can fight, but it's like the same two punches that you throw that you have to guess correctly. You know, it's not creative, it's not cool, it's not funny looking. It's just kind of like, yeah, I beat that guy up.
Yeah, I beat that guy up. Most
Right.
likely gave him in-brain bleeding, but
Probably. Like, hold on. There's so many different things. Like, you can do the 5-hit uppercut combo, which knocks out nerds and non-click members and stuff. And then you can do like the overhead one where you knock them over,
yeah.
like the leg sweeps
I
and
think that
stuff.
was a-
You'll never ever see those moves in like a GTA game.
Yeah. Especially how much in-depth complexity there is to the combat on this game, comparing to what GTA has. Because in GTA, you just hit a couple of times. It doesn't matter how long you hold it for, if you hold it or not. You just hit the same hits over and over again. And in this game, there's more of a complexity to it.
Yeah.
Hey, you like my loadout, bum?
And the attention to detail in every little aspect of this game is something that's kept me along for the ride for like 8 long years now. Like from Jimmy's
Yeah.
room with these posters and even these little tiny posters that you wouldn't even look at. And you can like properly read them and look at all these things that you've acquired throughout the entire game, like these memories that you've created and stuff, like the chem lab as well, and the save book, the pictures on your desks and stuff. Hello, Miss Phillips. But it's just very, very cool, and you wouldn't think that they would do that in like a small PS2 game.
Yeah. So now that we're talking about combat, I think it's a good time for us to move on to activities. And in this world, there's many activities because it's tying into the combat. And we have a box.
Yes, the
Sorry,
boxing thing in the gym. That's very important.
Yeah.
It basically takes up about half of Chapter 2.
Yeah.
And it's very thought through as well. I guess it's something that you could compare to GTA's fighting style, but still better because you can still do all the combos and stuff, and it looks cool, and you can like block and do all this stuff to like make sure that you get the victory.
Yeah, like, I find myself going to their little gym a bunch
I
of
am
times,
too.
just going to box. Like, if I want to just hang around boxing, I'll do it. There's no little limit to what I can do.
Right. Like you've had a bad day at school / work, you really want to beat the shit out of Bryce or Taylor or someone, you can do that, you know? It's great.
Yeah. So then we go on to the next activity that we can do, and actually for those activities I'm talking about, this is going back to the map.
Oh, wait.
Every
Really
single
quickly,
thing you
before we
can
move
do.
on past the gym, I just want to point out something that's also really, really cool. The punching bags have actual hitboxes that you can lock onto so you can practice your
Yeah.
moves. That I always thought was really cool.
Yeah.
But go on with what you were saying.
But this is tying back in with the map and stuff. But the activities that is within the map in total, like the boxing, the thing that I'm doing right now is the Grand Prix thing, go-kart, whatever.
Yeah.
You have things like that. You have so many activities that you can do in this game that if I was playing GTA as much as I play this game, GTA would get very, very stale and very, very boring very quickly because they don't have the amount of activities in the regular story campaign as you do in Bully. Even online, there's more stuff to do on Bully that is kind of in the same direction, not really like racy or anything like that.
Yeah, that's very true. And something else, like if you go to the carnival or certain houses in the game, you can like, there's mini games, like arcade games that they've put inside this game. Again, PS2 game with games in it. That's crazy. And it
again, I'm getting my face wrecked right now as a side note.
And it kind of makes you, like, it reminds you of back in the day when Rockstar put more time into their games. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot you can do in the new games like GTA 5 and stuff, but Bully just seems so much better. Like, they did so much more with it, and they could have done more had it not been on that PS2 limitation.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure if they had the capability that they have now, Bully would have officially been the biggest game of all time if they have it now.
Probably. Like, there's so much to do. There's literally endless fun. I somehow just got tickets from riding the giant squid.
What?
Yeah. Oh, and something else they let you do, if you, like, ride the rides, they let you ride the rides, and they give you, like, a first-person point of view as well. Which, if you went on a ride in GTA, I'm pretty sure it would just, like, you'd, like, pay for it, and then it would just skip to afterwards. But this game lets you live that roller coaster, even making your controller vibrate a little bit, so that, like, if you don't do these things in real life, you get, like, a small sense of what it would be like.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the freak show. I always loved going there when I was young. There's so many things to see, and, like, the fact that they made these NPCs is just hilarious.
For some reason it's not letting me in there at the moment.
And something I'd like to point out is they do this with the freak show, and it doesn't have anything to do with the game. There's no story about it. There's no side mission. There's nothing about the freak show. It's just kind of there.
The only thing I know about Freak Show is the mermaid there is like the beta version of Lola.
Lola, yeah. And if you take off the top starfish, she actually has nipples. Or so I've heard. That might not actually be true. Which would also mean that Lola would have nipples under her shirt, which would be a little disturbing considering that she kinda looks like a man.
Up much?
Say that again?
FBI open up much?
Right. Welcome to the internet where men are men, women are men, and little girls are FBI agents.
Yeah, Jimmy's about to pass out, and I don't even have enough time to get back to the dorms, so I'm just gonna go and pass out.
They always say that you get robbed in your sleep, but they always just take your shoes. So you know there's gotta be like one NPC in the game that just has like 50 pairs of Jimmy's shoes somewhere.
Not even only his shoes, like right now I'm wearing the swimsuit underwear.
Oh yeah, they will steal your clothes if you pass out enough times. That's another funny part. Like, first off, how would they even do that? Jimmy, you don't feel them taking your shirt and pants off as you're sleeping? Come on, dude.
I honestly think it's the townies doing it as well.
Probably. They can't afford their own.
You were robbed during your sleep. Yep.
Especially, they'd want this fancy flannel that I'm wearing, and these nice shoes.
Yeah. But now that we're done talking about the activities, which is the final thing of this section of what's better than GTA, and then we'll go on to more things, is freedom.
Yes. And what we mean by this point is, like, in this world, the world of Bullworth, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. If you want to go kiss Christy or Zoe or something, you can do that. If you want to shoot a prefect in the ass or in the nuts with a spud gun, you can do that. And you have the chance of not getting busted and losing everything. Whereas if you did any of that in GTA... Well, actually, you can't even kiss people in GTA, but, if you just went out and shot a cop in the ass in GTA, you'd get, like, 5 stars and get arrested in an instant and lose everything. Or if you're like me, you just put codes in to give yourself infinite weapons. But that's besides the point. What we're saying here is you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. As long as you can think of it, you can do it in the world of Bullworth, you know?
Yeah. Because, as you said, there's a lot of freedom with everything in this game that you can do. Because, again, as you said, in GTA, you can't do the things that you can do, and that's the main point of why Bully is better than GTA, in my opinion, is because even though Bully is a decade old,
a little bit older than that now, isn't it? It's like going on 12 years.
It's more than a decade old. Yeah, it feels so weird to even say that. But it still has more freedom than GTA ever had.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
I don't remember recalling GTA letting you go and actually get food from a cafeteria somewhere.
Right. And then throw it at the lunch lady directly after. Well, to be fair, there is in GTA San Andreas and GTA 4 where you can, like, buy stuff from restaurants and eat it real quick. But what's the fun in that? You can't throw it at the person that gave it to you.
Yeah, it just like is a simulation of you eating it automatically, while in Bully you can actually carry it around on you. So if you're like, oh, it's almost time for class and I'm already in here, I might as well just go and grab a banana or an apple, walk to class, and then if I'm still hungry after class, I can just... Nice.
Pretty much. And I don't know if this is just me, maybe I'm just a cruel bastard, but I really enjoy picking up the plates and trays and just throwing them at people.
Me too.
There's so much you can do in this game that you can't do in about 90% of other Rockstar games. And I feel like people often overlook Bully and how great it actually is, how much detail they put into the game, and how much there is to do at all. Like,
yeah.
This game is commonly referred to as, like, the kid version of GTA, but you shouldn't really do that. Like, this game is somewhat similar to GTA, but Bully itself is its own entity, its own amazing game that's lots of fun on its own, and shouldn't be stereotyped as another game, you know?
Yeah, it ain't like... let's kind of compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2. You don't call Red Dead Redemption 2 a like Western version of Grand Theft Auto, or I've never heard of someone call it that.
Or a Western Call of Duty. I actually have heard that one, which I thought was actually...
Call of Duty?
Yeah, I thought that was really dumb, because, like, there's a lot of differences there, but we're talking about Bully today. This game, it's very, very underrated. Like, people don't understand how this game is. They take one look at it and they're like, oh, kid GTA, cool. But that's not what it is at all. Bully is its own game, and you can't compare it to something like GTA because it's so different.
Yeah, like, you can't compare one thing to another thing just because it looks the same.
Right. You have to give everything its own shot and judge it how it really is.
Yeah. But, so now that we've established why Bully is better than GTA, or is there any other, like, points you want to point out?
I think we hit everything.
Now that we've established that this game is better than GTA, is there any other things you want to talk about besides that?
I do want to mention that this 12-year-old PS2 game with very strict limitations, because again, for like the 30th time I've said this video, it's a PS2 game. It's still better than like 90% of games today, in my opinion, I guess. I mean, if you're like a big COD nerd and you're excited about Call of Duty 4, that's all you. I'm not really trying to shit on what you like, but I don't know, I just feel like games don't have that amount of detail anymore that they have, like, that they had back in, like, the Bully time.
Yeah.
Like, here's a good example. This game has seasons and holidays and all kinds of cool things. I can't remember the last game that I played where there were separate Halloween and Christmas missions. Can you?
Nope. Not that I can recall.
Yeah. Bully's a very fun and interesting game that, no matter what you compare it to, will probably never measure up to how good this game is.
Yeah.
But guys, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed. I'm Taller the Pro Gamer. This is my buddy Marvland, or Nick, whatever you want to call him. And check out the new channel if you're watching this video on either of our channels. I believe it'll just be called Bulltalk. All one word. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for you today. And we'll see you troublemakers at the Academy.